live. We are live on, I don't know what day of the week it is. Weekday. It's Sonia G. This is a surprise live. We're going to talk about the things that we need to talk about that are coming up. Today is Thursday, actually. I just remember this. Okay, good. We are talking about 11/11 to 12/12. We're talking about the energy. I haven't had a chance to actually post and talk to you guys about the energy, so I thought let's do it this way because it's going to be a lot more fun. Hi, loves. So happy to have you joining. Yay! Okay, so let's take a breath. Like always, it's always a good way to start. Take a breath into your heart. Hold the breath. And then as you exhale, let go of all the things that are bugging you and that you don't want. Let it all go. Whew. And then inhale in your heart. And this time as you exhale, exhale and connect down to the light grid. Whoo, yes. Connect to the 12D grid. I can feel Kelsey because she's in the room over there and I say connect to the 12D grid and it's like, whoo, she's very close. That was awesome. We can feel each other on the grid. So we connect. This is where the magic is. It is on the high vibe 12D grid. We can call it many things, but it's the high frequency grid. That's where the new earth energy is landing and is building, right? And that's what we work off of. Hi, loves. Yay, so happy to be here. I love that. Yes, I'm glad that you guys are making it to the live because this was unscheduled. So I want to talk to you about what just happened in the 11/11 portal because yesterday we were literally too high to talk about it. So what is happening is we have a chance. Oh, and I have been asked this a lot today. If like the 11/11 portal meditation, like if you can do it another time, yes, you can do it anytime. So the way that astral travel works, okay, or the way that we do the things in the astral realms is when we're not attached to like this physical 3 to 5D reality bandwidth, okay? So the way that it actually works when we're outside of time, okay, because the fact that we have a gravity and we're here held by time and space, having an experience that is linear because we're held in time and space. When you take those constraints out, okay, everything happens in the moment of right now. So it's a little trippy with the logical brain, but just, let that go. And because that's what we're learning to do. And then but when you go outside of time, everything happens and it doesn't go away. There is no past, just like there is no future. Everything is moments of right now. So there's this right now, there's this right now, there's this right now. And every right now is alive in that moment of right now. So whenever you tap into an experience that we have when we travel on astral travel, you catch that bus that takes you to that moment of right now, okay? Which was like when the energy's integrated. The difference that happens and the way that it affects us is that that moment is alive out in the quantum field, right? In the astral realms, it exists, it's alive. The difference that it makes is our ability to grasp that energy and actually bring it into the physical. So that's why a lot of people say the way, like it's helpful, right, to do it within a window of time because that energy, that star energy, the portal energy, the high frequency actually hits the earth. So it's easier. It's kind of like you're coming down from the astral realms and you're able to bring it into your body more because it's right here. So it matches and it's easier. It's an easier comeback and integration. If you're vibrating here in really low density and you're going up there and you're picking up this like amazing, awesome frequency and then you bring it back and you're like, oh, it can't enter the body. The body is so dense, right? You don't have the help of the outside kind of energy. That's the difference, okay? That's kind of what happens. So that's the reason why we like to do it around the time, or specifically, like the more specific you get, obviously the better it is because there's literally like these connections and these portals that open up and they just make it easier because that energy is hitting the planet. So that's what's going on. Okay, so let's talk about what happened. So it literally, and I was saying this, it feels like a new lifetime. It's a birth of a new lifetime, okay? So if you did the work yesterday, if you tuned in, or if you're about to, okay, because this energy is like burst, it's on the planet. It's an energy of completion of this 12D DNA template. So what happens is you have to get your physical body to vibrate at a high enough like rate of vibration, like frequency, to where certain things can actually live inside of your body, meaning like certain genetic mutations, evolutions, however you want to call it. It's really like, if you look up epigenetics, any of you that are like really into like the specifics and the, you know, science of it all, look up epigenetics. Epigenetics is the science that explains how we can override and change the mutations of the genes that are inside of our DNA, okay? So it's a thing, it's documented, and I'm not here to talk about the science of it because I'm here to tell you how it actually works energetically, but you can look the science up because it's everywhere. So the point is, we have these 10 strands that are our non-coding DNA that is actually our mitochondrial DNA. It's a whole other conversation. We go into all of this, by the way, any of you that are really into this stuff, it's in the mastermind. Like in the metaphysical mastermind, we get like deep into the understanding of these things. But the point is the energy, okay? Think about the fact that like, go back to like, rewind to the prehistorical, primordial soup that we've been taught by science, okay? Remember how there was like water, and then all of a sudden in water there would be like electricity, and electricity would like spark life into water, and then these like amoebas were formed, and like life forms, right? Like things get sparked. Like everything in the universe wants to expand. Everything in the universe wants to have this like expansion, experience, to be alive. This is one of the basis of like science. Everybody agrees on this thing, okay? So, which is nice when we find like some common grounds that we can like, okay, this is, you know, we know this for sure. This is common knowledge even on this planet. This is good. Let's start here. So what's happening is these high frequency, these plasma blasts, okay, they buzz our DNA into triggering it into becoming awake, into becoming like alive and online, into turning on. If we are able to hold it, just like the primordial soup or whatever the hell they called it. What was it called? Like the you know, like basically the waters where life was created. If the conditions are right, then life emerges, okay? If the conditions are right inside of our body, then the DNA turns on, comes to life, rebundles, plugs into the brain. Ding! All of a sudden, you know, more of the light body takes place. This is the work that's becoming available. This is what's going on right now. So we have helixes of DNA that are beginning to like wind and turn on and like plug in and all of this. What we want to get to, make it your job, right, by the 12-12 is kind of like, this is a process of completion that's happening. And we really, because on the 12-12 gateway, we're going to get the whole new set. And that's what's going to happen. So this is really like an integration time. This is really, it doesn't mean that you have to do it all. But, you know, considering everything that's happening in our world right now, and the fact that there's a bunch of people out there that want to fuck with the people's DNA, okay, and like take it over, I would say this is pretty much fucking priority. Because once you actually have your DNA all active and it is coiled, okay, and it is functional, then other substances are not gonna, like, it's not the same. They can't go and like fuck around with DNA that's like, you know, not usable. I don't know entirely how to explain it, but basically like the energy doesn't, like, it can't match. Just like, maybe this is a better way of explaining it. When you vibrate high, you don't catch the motherfucking flu. Okay, because your vibration is so high and your frequency is so high, you're vibrating up here and all of the germs are down here. So they don't fuck with you. They don't mess with you. They're not on your same frequency. They're not on the same radio station. It ain't mixing with you. Okay, so it's kind of the same thing. When our DNA is bundled inside and it's whole, when you're whole, you're not gonna, you know, suck anything else in because it's like, it's done. It's done. There is nothing for something to stick on because it is completed. There's no more pieces that are missing, right? So if you're whole inside, and please understand what I'm talking about with this. Like, and if you have other substances that are injected in you with like bad, juju and like, all this manipulation of, the physical body, structure attached to them, that's not going to happen because your body is in charge. You are in charge of your cells. You are in charge of your DNA. So therefore, when the stuff gets inside of you, you're still in control, and you don't have to be in fear because your body will metabolize through it and it will eject it and you will not be affected. But you have to be in charge, okay? So this part is vital. And a lot of people wonder like, oh my God, how are we gonna do this? And blah, 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 blah. And shit's gonna hit the fan in our world because shit's gonna hit the fan, and it doesn't matter which president wins. It doesn't matter, or not which president, but it doesn't matter which person wins. It doesn't matter what happens in government. It doesn't matter because there's enough in the world that is unfortunately still ruled behind the scenes from, big corporations and big chunks of people that really feel like they own the planet, okay? And so they're kind of calling these big shots. And the truth is, until all that gets dismantled, which is a very painful process as we're witnessing right now, but until that gets dismantled, you are your own number one asset, resource, and everything else, okay? It's you and what you're capable of doing in your body, with your body, inside your body. It's the way that you manage your thoughts. It's the way that you manage your energy field. It's the way that you handle your DNA, okay? Your DNA is like, our DNA is like one of the most sought after technologies in the universe. This is the reason why there's just so much that, it's these genes and like all this stuff, like, how recently it was like really trendy or whatever to do like the family tree or whatever. Like everybody wanted to figure out where their genes were coming from and, and all of that. And like, oh, let me see where my bloodline, like all of these things. Why is that became a thing? Because there's a whole lot that's happening behind the scenes, and that, it's turned into a cool movement, but it's really not. This is because behind the scenes, there's a bunch of genetic things that are happening, and a lot of people don't realize how precious, our chromosomes, our DNA is, and it is a part, our DNA is directly related to the, concept for which the earth was born, which is to be a library of knowledge. DNA is a storage device for information. Our DNA contains information that goes all the way back to the beginning of the universe, right? All the things are inside of you. That's what that means. So it's in there. We just have to learn how to work with it. But you can't work with it until your body vibrates and your mind knows how to work with the things that are inside your body, okay? So make that at the top of your list. That's more important than who fucking wins. That's more important than, having conversations with people that are dormant and that are not. Like, our priorities just switched because some people have to evolve. And we are those people, right? Every species adapts and evolves. This is the part where we get to do that. And so the information that we have inside of us, which is in our DNA, is so valuable that we have to figure out how to use it for the purposes of our universe continuing, right? Like there's a sense of this in all of us, that we have this like, there's something important, I just can't put my finger on it, like I'm kind of here on like some kind of mission, like I feel it, but I just don't know, like there's that. And so there's this like anxiousness about something that we have to do, and it's like it's really inside of us, and it has nothing to do with the motherfucking activism that's happening outside, okay? When you learn to control what's going on inside, you can shift the things outside. And I know it's so tempting to go out there and be like, how do you not see this shit, people? Because I have my moments of it too. Don't get me wrong, right? You're like, how in the hell are you people not seeing these things? But the point is, these efforts are now no longer where like you have to figure out where to put your energy is what I'm trying to say. And so we're kind of at this tipping point where you have to figure out, okay, yes, I'm going to keep sharing and I'm going to keep doing this stuff, but your energy, your entanglement of your, like, literally, like, we cannot leak energy to explain things to people that are not wanting to see them anymore, because our job is to continue to evolve the species, is to continue to evolve the human body. It's to actually bring into physical manifestation this new earth. So somebody has to change the planet, right? Somebody has to, like, do the things that change life as we know it. We are those people. If you resonate with me, generally, this is, you're those people. We're the people that came to change the world. So we have to do this part, which means we have to evolve our own, like, physical body. We have to get our light bodies on, right? What the ancients would call the rainbow bodies, right? Because, like, all of the colors, all of the rays of light, which is what they call the rainbows, right? Like, comes into you, and then you work with it, you alchemize it, and you let go of the carbon. Are we understanding this? Yes. Okay. I honestly look at the clouds every day and be like, the waves, the lines, like, the people, blue skies were the norm at one. I know there's just so much going on. There's a lot. And so, yes, you guys are understanding what's going on. Okay. Keep doing your own part and get ready for connecting to source. Yes. So we always are connected to source. We don't need to be not connected to source. Source energy runs through our bodies. And so this is also, so thanks for bringing that up, because one of the things that happens that a lot of people forget is that we think we're disconnected from source. But the moment that you realize that God or the universe or source is inside of you and hears every thought, every action, everything you do, right? Like, you are like it right here in the inside, right? All of a sudden you start to act different. You're like, wait, it's not just me in here, right? Source energy, source power runs through me. You start to kind of think differently of, the way that you handle yourself. And this is a good thing. This is what we want. We want to evolve. We want to embody more and more of our soul and more of our power. It is available now, okay? It is available now. You have to command it. You have to will it. You have to work with your willpower and your heart, not just your heart. You have to combine the both, okay? When you go and work with just your heart chakra, you're going to you're going to run into the same issues that the people from Vega, the star Vega, the Vegans had, okay? They were very selfless. They were just, like, operating out of the heart chakra. Just the heart chakra is not going to get you places. You need also the power. You need, like, that warrior spirit. So you can't be so selfless that you, like, hey, I'll die for you. Sure. Like, I'll take that, anytime. Like, that's what happened. You guys know we're here reconciling the things that happen in our entire galaxy. And so we're playing out, like, we're figuring out some of the things that happened out there in the stars, which is why we're starseeds down here on Earth, okay? We're reconciling them. So some of these patterns come from well before Earth lifetimes, and we have to switch them up. Like, and, we're here to rewrite the history of the galaxy. Not a big deal. I'm trying to say these things so that they're not like, holy shit, that's a big deal. So we have to change that, which means you have to learn how to work specifically. For a lot of people saying, hey, you have to work with all your chakras, that's, like, really overwhelming. But at least get your heart chakra and your solar plexus together, okay? You want to get those two figured out together. So, do you have anything you'd suggest we do to prepare? Like in our silence with our guides. I'm guessing I'm already doing you. Brittany, you are doing everything. So Brittany is in the mastermind, obviously. In the mastermind, we practice this thing that we call the silence, where we get a lot of our intel and our information. When you practice the tools of light, you know the things and you know what to do. And this is very important, right? So you're doing it. Just set your intentions and set your intentions that the answers will come, right? And that the things will come. And then everything that we're doing in between. So everybody that did the 11-11 meditation, right? You're now integrating that. So the 11-11 meditation, we went and did some work with our DNA to integrate the higher frequencies. Depending on where your physical body is at, you then have to actually physically integrate it. So everybody has a different experience because everyone's life is unique. Everybody's circumstances are unique, right? So our integration process is different. A lot of times what happens is you have super high experience like that. You bring all of these incredible frequencies inside the physical realm, and then your reality has to catch up with you because all of a sudden you have all of these high vibes and the people around you are not there, right? And so you'll trigger them. You'll trigger them into clearing out some of the lower consciousness. You'll trigger them into, hey, they have to raise their vibe too. And sometimes in order to raise your vibe, you have to get triggered because you have to look at the things that you have to let go of in order to make space for light, right? So if you're not doing the work consciously, you're going to do it unconsciously, and that's what happens. You get a bunch of things at you that trigger the shit out of you that make you look at your belief systems, and then you have to adjust. So that's what's going on. One way or another, okay? One way or another, we're getting there. But my big point that I want to make tonight is this is a gateway about evolution. This is not a gateway about, let me manifest my, dream house. We are so beyond that. Not that the dream house is not a big thing. You can do that any day of the week. This is what I'm trying to tell you. You can manifest your dream house, your dream job, your dream person. You can manifest all that any day of the week. When we have a gateway, and you should, because we create our own reality. So I'm big believer in constantly manifesting all the things that you want. Because the truth is we're always manifesting. We're just not conscious of it, right? We're constantly attracting the things. So do all that all the time. When we have an 1111 gateway like this, where all these like 12D like frequency integration, it's like it's compressing. It's like these templates are coming in. The DNA wants to turn on. It wants to plug in, wants to do all this so that we can get through to the next like 12 to 24 templates starting on the 12th. That's going to be like, right? So you want to complete this. This is stuff that you want to do, right? Imagine what you can do. Like forget like spending all your effort into manifesting this thing when you can change your DNA. You can manifest shit like that because you can change reality like this. So it's a moment of putting things in perspective, okay? So right now with this energy that is available, don't waste it. Use it, okay? Use it for your physical transformation, for your physical healing, for your physical evolution. Make yourself up to the raise yourself up. Make yourself equal to the challenges that are coming up in our physical world so that your physical body can withstand it all and you're still in charge, okay? Sovereign. This is where we want to go. We don't just want to say, oh, I'm sovereign. No, you want to be, right? Like you want to embody the thing. You want to be sovereign. You want to embody that. So you have to do the work to get there. Okay, because all the affirmations are great and all, but if you're not doing the work and if you're not feeling it inside, then it doesn't work, okay? And our reality is based on our belief system. So you really have to do all of this stuff. And it's like this whole kind of entire conversation that just kind of builds on itself. This is the time where we really start to see the people that have just been talking the talk without walking the walk, right? Because there's a lot of people that are like, shit, I've been saying a lot of really cool stuff, but it doesn't work. Well, if you're not doing the physical work of it and the inner work of it, right? If you don't know how to be the thing, then it's not going to work because you have to embodiment. A lot of people talk about embodiment like it's this like fad, embodiment, and it's like, what does that mean? That means that the light has to actually have room to live inside of you, that your soul, that your higher selves have to have room to live inside of you, which means you're done working with your shadows. You're done pulling the same old shit. You're done with the karma. You're done with all those things. You let that go. Right? And you're living in the light. You're living in the truth. You're speaking up. Throat chakra's on, right? Like everything is working. You're not doing the same old stuff anymore. You're not hating on people. You're not judging people. You're not putting up walls because you don't want the boyfriend to cheat on you. You figured out you have to be in your heart. Like these are all the things that have to have happened in order for us to clear the darker, lower vibrational energy out and actually embody the light. All right? Okay, I see you guys like writing so many things. I commit to myself. I love self-love. Best affirmation. I commit to self-love. Yes. So you committing to self-love is a huge thing, right? So do you love yourself? Do you wake up and you're like, oh my God, I'm amazing? That's really what it means. You guys, like, start breaking it down, right? Like, I spent months like not getting out of bed. It was such a priority for me. Like, I was like, I am not gonna get out of bed. Because I remember I went through a time where I would get out of bed and I was like pissed off. Like, I would wake up and I was not in a good mood. And I was like, what the fuck is happening in my dreams? Like, what are we doing? Why do I wake up and I'm like not happy? I'm not happy to be alive. And then it became this thing and I had to like work on it so hard. And I was like, I'm turning this motherfucking shit around right now. So this is when I started doing things in bed. Like the second I opened my eyes, and if you're in any of my courses, there are things that we do first thing in the morning, right? Because I realized how important that is. And then if you do it first thing in the morning, you don't have to spend the whole day fighting yourself on it because it's done. So I committed that I would be in love with myself before I got out of bed. And at the beginning, it was really hard. I would have to like give myself some extra time to get out of bed in the morning because like I was like, no, I want to be in love with life. I want to be in love with myself. Life loves me. I love life. I want to be in this feeling, right? Like kind of like, and so it took me a while to really figure it out. And so what does that mean for you, committing to self-love, right? Like figure out a way to apply it, you know, and to what does it look like? What does it feel like? What does it feel like to you when you're in love with yourself, when you're appreciating yourself, when you're like, oh my gosh, you're doing a good job. Like you rocked this day, right? Like loving yourself through the things. And when you screw up, are you hard on yourself or do you love yourself? And I'm just making an example because this is a great example. A lot of people talk about self-love, but self-love is not like one thing. Self-love is like, let's really appreciate how fucking amazing we are. And that's a big deal, right? Because we're so used to just like, not good enough, not good enough, not good enough, like the talk that goes on the head. So it's important, like make it personal, make it real, make it like a feeling, like feel into it. Like what does that thing feel like? It's so important, you guys. Okay, so, but yes, I have been talking about the book, Bringers of the Dawn, because obviously it helps you to understand all the things that I talk about, because that book was written about what we came to do. So when you listen to that book, it's that time, right? We are those people that are landing, literally like when that book talks about the fact that you have to open up your chakras and you have to land them. I have been teaching this concept now for years and it's, you know, I was talking to Kelsey and I was like, it's wild that I'm just reading this book. And of course, this is why you're not allowed. When you're a teacher on a spiritual path like this, you're generally not allowed to like look at this stuff because you have to just know things. And I realize how important that has been for me. And now I look back and I'm like, oh my God, it's like, you know, these are the things that I have been teaching in a different way because obviously this is a book and I teach you how to actually feel through the things and go through the things and how to do the things. So it's different, but it's another perspective of it, right? But the fact that I was taught, my early teachers, my early star teachers were Pleiadians, and Bringers of the Dawn is in fact a channeling of a Pleiadian group. And so, you know, they're teaching the same things and I can attest to that, which is really cool, which is really exciting. So anyways, the point is that book talks to you about like landing your higher chakras. These are the chakras that I've been talking about before it was cool, right? Because a lot of people out there since, you know, up until a couple of years ago, maybe even still last year, we're just talking about the chakras and you're, you know, right here. Oh, you're at the top, you know, you got your lotus flower. Well, there's a whole other slew of them, you know, up top. And these are ones that connect you to your higher self. So those are the things, that I've been teaching, and it talks about it in that book. And this is, you know, the work that we do. So we're the ones that came to do the work that's explained in that book. We are the ones that have to do all of that expansion. We are the ones that have to weave through layers of ourselves. This is the stuff that I teach how to actually physically do, right, in the mastermind. So these are the things I teach you. It's just really amazing to actually read it in a book. So super, super cool. Okay. So, what book? Bringers of the Dawn. It's written all over my, Bringers of the Dawn, Barbara Marciniak. It's written all over my profile at this point. So, yes, yes, yes. So, okay, we're the people. Be the person. Be the person that you have been waiting for. And this is a big important thing. Okay, my loves? So this is what I really wanted to tell you. Our DNA is evolving. It is a big deal. Don't overlook it. Okay, get in charge of yourself. There's a lot of people that are after our DNA right now. So get in charge of your own DNA. This is the stuff that's going to make you go to bed and feel safe at night. Okay, because when it comes down to like applicable real life stuff, you know, and we see a lot of people that are bitching right now and that are like, oh, this, you know, we need to do this, and like, who's gonna do this, and then what happens if this, and what's gonna happen with that, and I told you this shit was gonna happen. Still, nobody has fucking answers to anything. Everybody's just arguing a bunch of bullshit and a bunch of bills, and everybody's saying, oh my God, this is what they want. Still not an answer, not a solution, not like an action plan. No one really has a, hey, let's do this thing so that we can be safe. Everybody's like, what the fuck are we gonna do, right? So you have to get a hold of yourself, okay? You have to get a hold of yourself. You have to figure out your own power, because this is how you go to bed and you're safe at night. This is how you know that no matter what, you got your own back, right? So you have to learn. You have to learn these things. I have many courses on my website. You can learn in many ways. The stuff that you find in my courses is not going to be the stuff that you find on, you know, YouTube or a book. Like, you can read a book. For example, those of you that read Bringers of the Dawn, you read a book and it's like, holy shit, that's a really cool book. Those of you that have been through my Sacred Chakras Journey course, and then you've been through my Metaphysical Mastermind, you're going to look at that book and you're going to be like, holy motherfucking shit, I know how to do those things. I have been doing those things. That's different, right? So you can read a book and be like, that's really cool information, but information doesn't do you any good if you don't know how to utilize it. So learn how to utilize the information, okay? And so for some of you, you don't have to take a course or do a thing. You will just know. Hang on one second. I just can't see my screen anymore, but I hope you guys can see me. I don't know what happened. Sometimes it goes really dark. Come back on. Okay, well, so actually, let me try this. One sec. The light is on. Okay, so what I'm saying is figure out a way to apply these things. If you don't know how, okay, you can sit there with yourself and figure it out. You can go to somebody that you're drawn to. You can get readings, you can get sessions, you can get like all those things. You can get into, you know, courses that help you. Please, if there's anything that you feel like, oh my gosh, you should probably learn this or you should probably learn that, go and do it now, right? Whether it's my course or it's someone else's course and you've had it on the back burner because you're like, yeah, at some point I should probably learn this. This is the time, okay? This is like big shit is happening on our planet. So make that happen now. So many times it's like, well, I think one day, and you know, at some point, what I really would want, what my soul really wants, no, this is that time. This is that time. So if you know, and you have these calls inside, like figure it out. Again, it doesn't matter. Like I'm saying this because I want to wake you up to the fact that our time is right motherfucking now. Okay, so whether it's you're studying with me, you're learning with me, or you're learning with another teacher, all of us together that are waking up are making the difference for the infrastructure of the new Earth grid system. The more of us are connected on it, the more of us are powering it up, then the easier we actually switch over, okay? Because all of our energy is over here. It's on new Earth. But if, you know, there's a bunch of people that are just waiting. They're just waiting for something to happen. Waiting ain't gonna get you anywhere. Waiting is gonna get you one of the presidents that's gonna administer vaccines by federal order. And even if it's not a federal order, you guys, the way that our world is owned by different chunks of people, it's still going to be like, it doesn't even matter if it's federally owned, because it just, for example, if the airlines demand, because the airlines are owned by a particular set of people, they demand that in order to fly, you have to get a vaccine. Guess what the fuck is going to happen? So the only thing that you have control over is your body. So get a hold of your body. Learn how to work with the energy. Learn how to work with your DNA. Learn how to make yourself evolve, okay? We've been through this process when we were like children, when we were teenagers, and our bones were growing, and our, you know, and then our hair grew, and our psyche, and like all these things happen. Who the hell decided at some point that this was it, right? Like someone decided, because we see the evolution of a child, and at some point we said, yeah, that's probably life right there, 80 years old. That sounds good, right? Like people started dying younger throughout the years because they lost a sense of purpose. If any of you read ancient books, I was always fascinated by this in the Bible. Like people were like thousands of years. Like remember Methuselah? Like the stories about the Methuselah. Do you guys remember like the stories of and they lived 300 years and they had another son? And it's like what the fuck? Like what happened to that? Like that was a reality on our planet. That actually existed on our planet, right? But as people lost contact with, you know, the divine and things happen and da 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 da, and I'm sure there's a bunch of studies that say whatever, environmental pollution and, you know, la 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 la. But the point is, our cells, our DNA, which is the same as it was back in those days, because it's the same blood that runs through our veins of our ancestors, okay? We have that ability inside of us. It is inside of us. We're just not using it. So we have to figure out how to unlock it. We have to figure out how to like regenerate ourselves. We have to figure out how to like tell our DNA to keep going, to keep producing the collagen, for example, to keep producing the stuff like the cartilage for our bones. Like those are things that have to happen. We are in charge of that. That's not going to be like if we keep saying like, oh, I'm sure at some point they're going to come up with some technology, some injection, some things. Again, we're relying on outside sources. So what you want to do is get a hold of yourself and rely on you, okay, for all the things. So get empowered, get on with, you know, all the things. I saw recently, so speaking about like basic stuff, a lot of you asked me this, and I'm just going to bring this up right now. Because you guys all know I always do amazing things because this is what I believe in. So right now, we just kicked off with the 11/11 bonus. We kicked off the solstice retreat. So because this energy is so massive, I'm doing a retreat around it, right? It's an experience. And so this is what I was saying, like if you can get yourself to experience something and how it feels inside of your body, then you can actually creative. That's, you know, creation power. So a lot of you are joining us digitally, which is I'm so excited for. And like we have room for like a smaller group, obviously, to be here in person, but we have everyone around the planet, which I'm so excited about, that's joining in digitally. And that registration continues to be open, by the way. So if you feel at some point after, because I have a feeling that like after this 11/11, like a lot of people are like, holy fucking shit, I need to do something with this, okay? Go look at it. It's the Solstice Goddess Retreat. It's going supernova because we're going straight up, okay? We're going to work with the next set of templates for our evolution, and that's the work that we're doing. Also, this is what I've been asked for a lot of people. It's like, hey, I feel like I want to be a part of this. Where do I start? Like, I feel like I'm new at this, or I'm just like figuring this stuff out. I'm really drawn to this retreat, but I feel like I'm missing the bases, right? So if you want to look at things that are like, you know, basis kind of stuff, look at the courses that are like, what did I call it? The crash course. The crash course is clearing, activating, and integrating. The crash course is a course that has a ton of bonuses. I actually just looked at it yesterday, and has like really cool astral travel stuff in it. And we activated the pillar of light in that course. So if you haven't done that yet, that's a good course, okay? And it's like super affordable. There's like payments and whatever. The point is, it's the bottom line of what you want to know of how your body works, okay? It's a crash course. So there's like 3 modules. You get through it. Like it's like, okay, boom, boom, boom. Bloodline clearing, done. You know, it's higher chakras, integration, like pillar of light, diamond light pillar, done, right? And then like you get through like, ooh, 12th dimensional energies, done. Like it's very much like, let's get the things done. Okay, so that's a good place to be. The other one that takes you from the beginning is the Sacred Chakras Journey course. That's the course where literally you learn all about all the chakras, all the angels, like all the galactic family, like, and you figure out how to work with all of them, how to develop your intuition, how to know what, okay, all the things. Oh, and a part of the things that so those are like a good starting point, okay? And then do you have to know, but do you like, you will know if you look at it and you're like, shit, I gotta learn something, right? Like you're like, damn it, I don't know these things, I feel like I should. And so what will happen is you get to a course like that, and then it feels like oh yeah, this is what I need to know. But it's not even that you're learning it, it's that you're remembering it. But then you have an experience of it and it brings it to life inside of you. And then you're like, yes, that thing is done. That thing is clicked. I have shifted. And that's what you want to do with anything that you do. You want to actually integrate it. You want to shift it. You want to bring it in, right? Like you want to have it inside of your body, because that's how, no matter what happens, then you'll always know what to do. And this is where the magic in life is that when you understand enough of how to do this, right, then anything can happen and you know what to do. This is where our, power is. This is where the thing is. You always know how to shift your own reality, no matter what happens. I don't know that there's very many people that can say, it doesn't matter what happens in the world, because I know I will know how to handle it every time. I will always be guided. I will always know, right, what the next right step is. I will always know how to lead my family. I will always create my own reality. I feel that, so I don't freak out in this world. Okay, it took me a while to get here, but I know that I can rearrange my reality because I know all of these tools and I apply all these skills and all of these things. So it doesn't mean that things don't happen. Like things happen all the time in my reality that I don't like, but I change them. I reorganize them. I manifest something different. I shift higher, right? So learn how to do this stuff, my loves. I feel the urgency of telling you all these things. Okay, so I love you. Let me know if you have questions. I'm super excited to have so many of you all around the planet joining us for the digital retreat. Also, oh yeah, this I've been asked. Kels, do you want to come and say anything? Kels is over there. I forgot to tell you guys. And you don't have to, but we're just working and figuring all the things out. So one of the things I've been asked is, it's called a goddess solstice retreat because this is the energy. This is like divine, feminine, massive creation power energy. And the weavers of light that are coming here are all going to be goddesses. See how my screen is like, it's a little dark.
Hi,
but
friends.
that's okay. Maybe now that we move it around. Hey, Kelsey. So we can't really see. We can't really read.
True. There's a lot of lights happening.
I know. We just get to talk. So, but this is what I wanted to say. If any of you feel called to it, right, you don't have to be a goddess. You can be a god. Meaning like everyone is welcome to join in on it on the digital. Okay. And we're going to teach you how to do all of these things. So if you feel called to it, and I think we've already had some people register. So it's like that are men or, whatever, however you're claiming and showing up. I know it's like such a weird thing.
We need the divine balance too. So I mean,
we need everything.
Yes.
It's open to everybody. How's that? It's open to everybody. That's really the point.
Mermaids, fairies,
yeah,
unicorns, dragons.
We like everyone. It's amazing.
Keeps
all
it
the
fun
beings,
around here.
all the people,
Yes.
particularly the aliens. I'm teasing, which they don't like to be called aliens. They like to be called star beings. Okay. What else do we need to say? Oh, we're doing a thing.
Oh, for the feather crowns? Yes,
yeah.
We are doing a thing. We are making feather goddess, god, whatever you choose, crowns. And so we will be doing on the 22nd, right? Mm-hmm, intro kind of like tutorial and like just talk about the energy, get in the vibe, set some intentions, and we will help you like walk through how to make them. So we're gonna send out an email with all the goodies that you need. It won't be really hard, I promise, even if you're not like super crafty. It's gonna be great. Yeah, and so you'll have options to personalize it for you. We'll give you some examples of what we're using so that you can kind of like match the vibe and then see where you feel from there. But I was playing in all this stuff today and it's really cute. I was actually just looking at pictures when you called me over here, so that's kind of perfect. You can feel it.
So yeah, let me see if I can get the charger on and that will work. But we're doing feather crowns. So everyone that registers before the 22nd, so like the 21st, we need to get better at this thing.
Yeah.
21st. We're going to be live teaching you how to do, so we're going to craft together and we're going to send you a list of all of the cool things, and Kelsey's in charge of everything. So that's what I was saying. We're doing this thing and it's so fun. And so we're going to do like warrior crowns, like warrior feather crowns.
I'm so excited. And yeah, so if you want to get in on
Okay,
it
hang on.
and just to have some more time, try to even do it before the 21st because obviously you want to like gather your things to have them so that you can make all the juju. Oh, the phone. I stole it. It's over there.
Oh.
She's looking for a thing and I moved it. Haha. Just keeping you on your toes. Yeah, so there will be, again, so you want a little bit of time so that you can kind of find the things that you want. You could probably get it from a craft store. Obviously, there are things that you can order if you choose that way as well. So we can put it all together and make all the magic happen. I'm so excited. It's going to be so beautiful and all the vibes. Yes, please bring them. Yeah, it's great. She's bringing the feathers. Yes. So we've got all kinds of vibes. So we were thinking like big, long ones, you know.
I love that this ended up in here.
So yes, long, beautiful ones, peacock feathers, because you know all the colors. Who doesn't love those? Oh my gosh, they're so pretty. Ah! And then
Did I get you some of the pink ones?
you did not get me pink ones.
Okay, I'll get them.
And then, so we kind of want like 3 sizes. So you're gonna want like a tall one, there's like a medium one, and then short ones for the front. And we got, like these are the medium ones, and then these really beautiful gold tipped ones, cause absolute light warrior vibes are gonna be in here as well. And then the big tall ones behind it. Ooh, and we've got colors. So these ones are like, oh wait, the pink with the gold, and then we've got some blue frosted ones that are like a really nice soft blue as well. So yeah, if you're doing it at home, obviously you can pick whatever colors you want. We've got silvers, golds, all that kind of fun stuff. And then there'll be like a ribbon band so that you can pick whatever you're feeling, like call in your star beings, like what makes you feel powerful, and adorn yourself in all the magic. Oh my gosh, is there more? Yes.
The
Yeah.
gold.
The gold
and the silver.
and the silver for all of the vibes. I'm really loving this mixed metal, all the elements. Can I have everything? I feel like everything.
We are focusing. Okay, so anyways, why are we talking about this in context of DNA? Because we make this shit fun, okay? So I didn't really, like, I was just saying like, hey, let's show them what we're doing. But the point of the conversation was we need to claim our power. So these are fun things that we do to claim the power. Because if we're gonna do the healing, I believe in making it fun.
Absolutely. And it holds the energy because it really ignites, you know, like the creativity, the passion. You've got all of that energy going into what you're doing and what you're creating. And then you have a piece that's like this physical manifestation. Because, I mean, we still are here on Earth in this reality where having things holds an energy for us and it means something to us, which
We're
means
having fun.
Exactly. We're having a good time. We get to play.
Because we still
And-
get to have fun on planet Earth. That's still part of the experience. Head piece
It's
vibes.
so pretty.
Okay, so you guys
Yeah.
now know. So everyone that registers, you're gonna get an email with like you get to choose between like, oh yeah, this is a different conversation, but you'll get to you will get to choose
colors.
between like the colors. So we're sending this to you. Oh, if you registered for the in-person retreat, check your email because we actually asked you that. So if you didn't read that yet, there's some good choices in there.
It's true.
Okay? There are some cool things that happen. And then everybody in the digital, we're gonna send you a list of things that you can get if you want to. You don't have to, but I'm just saying it's fun.
Absolutely.
You know, we're
Yes.
just saying like if you can do the transformational healing and put a feather crown on it,
Right.
I'm down. So I
Absolutely.
love you guys. All the hearts.
Yay.
Yes, crystals. I'm coming. Yes. Okay. Oh my gosh. Miss, see you there. Oh my gosh. I love it. I love it. Miss.cinnamon. That is like a, am I reading that? I can't even see right now.
I think that's what it says.
Yeah.
Oh, over your white
That
shirt
is
is
cute.
really hard to.
I know. Put your,
There you go.
yeah, no, come
Right,
put,
right. No, that doesn't work.
put your blue shirt on it. You guys, we are still
trying.
high from the portals. Oh my gosh. Yes. Yes. Okay. And I know we have so many of you all over the planet that are joining digitally, and we're so excited.
excited.
So amazing, amazing. This is, what are you saying? This is loneliness. Oh, you're feeling like loneliness? Oh, lifting loneliness off my chest. Oh, good. I am so
Yay.
glad. You guys, this is the other thing too, is that There's so many. Sorry, it's so hard to read comments right now. Let me try one more time. One sec. Maybe if we do this. Hold on. Dun 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 dun. Now we look weird.
You can read them though.
But we can read them. So let's have a light shift. I'm so blinded. Okay, let's try this. Okay, una más. One more time. Dun 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 dun. This is what happens when you start using a light. We're going to the light. Now we can't see him anymore. Oh my gosh. In Oxford. Oh my gosh, I love it. Calling in native New Zealand bird feathers.
Ooh,
yes.
That
Oh,
would
I
be
love it.
so magical.
That would be amazing.
Yes.
So, yeah, there's a lot of people. This is one of the things that just came up. Actually, I reshared it in my stories. Like, there's a lot of sadness, a lot of hurt, a lot of loss, a lot of grief, a lot of pain. And we can do the work to get on the other side of those emotions. And we really have to find like our new earth crew, right? Like our new earth, like people, because like it's really hard for those of us that understand these things to relate to people that don't get them. Like it's starting to be really hard, right? To have these conversations like with people you're like not the same wavelength has become like a really big deal. And so it is important to find people, you know, to find your tribe and to connect to people. And also we are still allowed to have a good time, you guys. We're still allowed to have fun. Like we're here to be on earth for a physical experience. We get to experience all the things. We get to change the world.
Absolutely.
And we can have fun with it because we get to do the hard shit.
Yes. Right? And it feels good. Maybe not all the time, but we always get there.
Yes.
Because we know it's for a good purpose. And clearly there are a lot of us here that are all doing this. And so, yes, we may have to transition through the people that we've had in our lives prior to this, but that's okay. You know, we are here. You're never alone in any of this.
My husband does not believe in any of this. Yeah. Okay, I am gonna like put this up so that I can see the comments. Let's see if this. Nope. Maybe this one. Dang it, you guys! I'm
really shiny things.
Dang it. Okay, maybe hand. Nope. This side. Nope. We're trying to like get
Hold on,
something.
wait, right there.
Right there.
I got
yes.
it.
Okay. Now we can read. I'm worried about how to hold my vibration around the holidays with my family. Okay. Very good questions. I feel like people are expecting me to not be feeling good, but I do. Thank you. That is exactly on point. So This is what I'm saying, okay? So here's what I do, whether it helps you or not. Like there are some things that like you get to be around people, right? Like if it's your family and you love them and whatever. So get your vibes on your crystals. Number one, always like you and the crystals will hang. Know that you're going there to just be and to blast the light and to blast the love, and that you're showing up in service, okay? And you're supported. You're supported by the crystals. Those of you that were on the meditation last night, you know I infused all of that in this crystal, and now I'm like, right? Because crystals hold the frequency. So definitely bring some high vibes with you. If your family is like really toxic, which happens to a lot of us, then get like black stones. Generally, like black stones that are like very protective, like obsidian, like black cyanite. One of my favorites is rainbow obsidian. It's like black rainbow obsidian.
Little rainbow-y, yeah.
Yeah.
It helps reflect the light. Yeah.
Yeah. Hematite is grounding too. Tourmaline. Yeah.
Even tiger's eye is really grounding.
Yeah. And it's like more like power, like solar plexus, like power kind of.
Yeah.
Like, so, okay. Make friends with the crystals and the stones. They will help you. Also, think of yourself as like you are there undercover to make the people smile. Okay, so it's not your average holiday. Those days are done, right? See if you can get them to smile. Like you are having a good time. Like you're having a good day on the inside. You're having a good time. Like make it a game. Like make it like, let's see if I can bring some joy. Let's see if I can spark some life back into these people. And it doesn't matter if you do or not, right? Like you're gonna just offer it because some people won't catch it. Like you may offer them an opportunity to smile. You may offer them an opportunity to lighten up. Some people won't. Like they just like we're all gonna die. You know, like some people are just addicted to the victim story because that's like, you know, how it goes. So make it work for you. Make it like a game of sharing light, of holding the frequency. And know that that's just like, you know, you're undercover on Earth job. Like you're clearly in your family for a motherfucking reason because nobody else gets it. Yes. You know? So Yeah, okay, I need you again. Oh my gosh. Yes. Oh, I am in NYC by myself with just a negative 3D boyfriend. Okay, you are, call forth. Okay, so any of you that are, and the holidays, find a way to make them like, better, my loves. Find a way to make it better. I haven't been feeling good, breathing problem. Let's see. Both of you just make me forget just a little of my pain. Oh, we love you. Yay. Yes, we hold the vibe. So tune into this vibe anytime, okay? So, wait, what is she saying? Let's see. I'm trying to like see. Sorry, loves. We're like trying to like read. I feel like people are expecting. Yeah, okay. So these are the same things. Worried about how to hold my vibration. So we're all kind of feeling this on the vibes. Okay, so the 3D boyfriend thing and the 3D people, call your soul. This is how we were just talking about this. When you want to call forward something, when you want to manifest something in your life, when we have people to call, things to do, things to find. Like even literally, she did this with the frames yesterday. We had like some framing work to do. Because I'm like, look, we don't do this the hard way. Like we don't do the things the hard way. We set the intention for what we want. We send out the frequency. The thing shows up, right?
Boom. Yes, 10 seconds. I had to go get them. I needed a certain amount of them, and it was a lot. And so sometimes you just don't get that many. Well, that wasn't going to be my reality. So I was going to walk in. Nobody was going to hassle me. I was going to get the ones that I needed and walk out. I was like 1, 2, 3, 7, perfect. Leaving, thank you, holding them.
She manifested walking in, getting the perfect ones, the exact numbers, and getting out, like in the right store.
Yes.
Right, so... And this is kind of how it goes. Like we don't like to spend extra time doing things that are not.
It doesn't have to be hard.
It doesn't have to be hard.
We do not have to struggle.
That goes the same for finding people and finding friends, right? So you want to decide what you want and then send out the energy vibe for it. And then the people will come. They'll match it. But then you just have to listen. So this goes with like manifesting stuff. Like you have to listen to if you feel prompted, right? So if you say, okay, God, angels, universe, this is what I want. Like for the holidays, send me a group of people that is like vibey and like can hold, like that we can talk about the magical thing and I can do like candle magic and I can feel like I'm a witch all over again, whatever, like the good way. So it's like, do the things that, because you guys know that like witches were really like healers, right? Just in the old days. That doesn't mean that there aren't people that fuck around with bad juju, but we don't do that. So the point is, send out the vibe for the things that you want, okay? And then listen. And then you have to actually listen because the answers come. And then you'll be like, oh, I feel like I keep hearing about this cafe. I feel like I have to stop by the cafe. Who knows? Maybe you'll find your crew there, right? So like you have to listen. After you set it out, you'll have to pay attention and then things will come, okay? So do that, and then also ask here, anytime you guys are here, anytime we're live in the Facebook group, find yourselves in the different cities. We have a lot of babes in Florida. We have quite a few. California, we have quite a few.
Chicago, we have so
Chicago
many.
is like
so
serious.
Many.
Yeah, it's like amazing.
Kinda wild.
I know, it's amazing. Everybody holding it down on the East Coast over there. We have quite a few in New York. Actually, we have a couple in Pennsylvania, some in Michigan. Like, I'm like, the states are, yeah. I don't know who we have, like, on this other side. We have some in Canada, and Australia, and New Zealand. We have, like, but, like, in the States, we have, like, there's cities with more.
Yes,
yeah,
definitely. So reach out. I mean,
so,
and that could be the little call. Maybe
so CNY, Colorado. So say it. Yeah, so we have a few in Colorado, too.
Florida, Indiana.
Yep. So, and if you want to find like a group, you guys go to the Facebook group too, because then you can like actually post the cities. Or maybe what we'll do is I'll post a thing here on Instagram, and then you guys can all like comment with where you're from, and we'll just use one of the posts to do that, because like what's more important than that? So we'll do it.
Yeah,
I like it. Yeah, so look, Oregon, South Cal, Miami, Tampa. See, we got the Florida.
All over.
North Carolina. Yes. I'm going to walk around and bring light to the world. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Amazing. That's our job. UK. I love it. You guys, we're all frequency holder. Washington, Canada, Seattle, Indiana, Seattle. Jessie, my teacher, one of my only teachers that taught, the thing that she taught me, which will forever stay with me, was the Dance of Light. She's the one that channeled the Dance of Light. Her name is Chantel Nicole, and she lives in Seattle. It's like, I've been thinking I need to go visit her. Yeah, so that's amazing. Okay, and then we have Indiana, Boynton Beach, Florida. See? Amazing. Lots of Colorado. Yeah, Colorado and NYC. Okay, we looked at these. So we're going to just do a post. Texas. Yes. Oh my gosh. And Jenna just moved to Texas. Oh my gosh. I can't tell this story yet because I don't know if I'm allowed to, but if I'm allowed to, I'll tell you on the next one. Jenna's one of our moon babes that danced the Dance of Light with us at the last retreat. So we love her. So shout out to Jenna. Okay, so very cool. Yes, love Chantel. And some of you guys know Chantel. Jen, you know Chantel, and Stephanie knows Chantel. So yes, she was the one. In fact, Jen, I was telling Kelsey that you were there the very first, at one of the very first dances of light that we did in Moab. And we did it like in the Red Rocks, and it was down south, and it was one of the solstices, and it was beautiful. It was magical in the Red Rocks of Moab. Yeah, so it was amazing, amazing. And that, like with Chantel, like I think we did like 2 with Chantel, and then she was like, I want to retire. I am passing it on. Yes, she was amazing. So very cool. Okay. Love you. Yes. So much history. We just have so much. We have such a good tribe. So let's do that. We'll post a post for tomorrow. We'll post a tribe picture. I don't know. I'll figure it out. And we're going to do like a post for everyone to like connect. That way we have it and it stays, because this fades. It doesn't stay anymore. So that way you guys will be able to see it. Okay? We love you so much. And if you want to go and register, make sure I still haven't changed the price, but it's changing tonight. So just in case you had like a vibe, right, tonight at midnight, it is set to change because I said it. So if you had a vibe to jump in and do it, or if maybe you did the 11:11 and you were like, shit, maybe I should get into this stuff, right? Like you jumped in just for the 11:11, but you think that you should do it, like, you know, get in tonight. And then it is changing. The prices are changing. We're doing our next meeting, which is the one where we're doing affirmations, crafts, like we're just hanging in the vibe, and we're getting our warrior vibes on. We're really going to get with it. And yeah, and then after that, we're going to do the 12/12 portal. So there's like a series of things that are going to get us through, which is really important. So we are kind of doing this digital a little bit different because it's carrying us through the season.
Absolutely.
Because we have like really big vibes.
Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna see you all soon. Love you guys. Yay. So many hearts. Mwah, mwah, mwah. And I'll tell you my website just in case somebody's here for the first time. www.moonbabetribe.com. Okay, and here on Instagram it's at Moonbabes and the Light Tribe. Sonia G.
Kelsey.
The mermaid. We love you. Bye.
Bye.